Today we're gonna sample my modular. Hey, what's up? Husman here, and in today's video I'm gonna talk to you about sampling. Now, I've been inspired by Christian Hansen and Spitfire Audio for a while now. Spitfire Audio is a really cool company which makes KONTAKT libraries and software instruments. They basically record interesting instruments, orchestras, singers and a lot of other music makers, and they turn this into KONTAKT libraries. Now, Christian Hansen is the founder of Spitfire Audio, and he also has his own YouTube channel where he does a lot of experimenting with sounds and sampling sounds to use in his own production and also share with the community. Now, I don't know how to play a lot of instruments. I can basically only do a little bit of piano work, which is like a MIDI keyboard, so not even like a piano. But I do have this little bad boy. The thing is, with modular, whenever you twist the knob, the sound is gone. So that had me thinking, like, why not try to sample a sound which I'm gonna make in my modular today and turn this into a KONTAKT library. Now, I don't know much about creating libraries in KONTAKT, so I'm gonna do this in a two-way video. In today's video, I'm gonna work on creating the sound and recording the sound into my MPC-1. The MPC-1 has a great sampler, so should be able to record something into the MPC and then into Ableton and KONTAKT to turn it into a KONTAKT library for you all, because I really like to share my sounds with you. Let's make some sounds. So the way my modular is hooked up at the moment, I hooked up the output from the modular into my MPC-1, which will be recording the sound which is coming out from my modular. Now, I can do it just by pressing the notes on the MPC-1, but it's also great that this MPC-1 has a step sequencer, so I'll probably run that through it so I don't have to keep pressing the notes while tweaking the knobs. A short overview of how this modular is set up. As you can see, there are already quite a bit of things going on, and that's just because it's not like a regular synthesizer that if you boot it up that it works. It needs to go from one instance to another by way of these cables. So we got the Plats, is like the VCO, which will be run through stages, which is basically the LFO or the ADSR. Then both of them, like the Plats, will also have an output into the Quad VCA, which is basically the volume control, making sure I don't go into the red. Now, this Quad VCA can either go to my Magneto, which is the delay unit, the effects unit, or to my Pico DSP, which is another effect unit. Depends on the preference that I really want to, where I want to use it for. And then the Pico DSP goes into my micro jack, which then goes into my audio interface. And same with this micro MIDI, it's just basically to send MIDI data back and forth. So when we start out with the sound, it sounds like this. Pretty boring. So we're gonna see what we can do with this sound. Want to make something cool. I don't know what we're gonna make, because with modular is always a bit like hit or miss. You don't ever know what you're gonna get. I'm gonna run a step sequencer so I don't have to press the buttons all the time. And now it's all about tweaking some knobs, so let's see what we can do. Juliet. I think this already has a cool starting point. It's a little, it does some interesting things, so I'm gonna see if I can improve on this a little bit. I want to keep it a monophonic sound because I think that's, for me, as a beginning KONTAKT library creator. Easiest way for me to learn about it. If I have to do all kinds of difficult stuff in the beginning, I might not get the best results. So let's try to see if we can improve on this one. So basically how this sound is coming across, I've modulated both the frequency and the harmonics of the plats with the stage's LFO. So that's why you get that flickering effect, which I think is really cool, something unique. And then with the Pico DSP, or the Pico, I think it's Pico, I have like a sort of a delay going on, which gives it a bit more interesting vibes as well. Alright, so I think I'm quite happy with how this sound is right now. Now the next step to do is making sure the tuning is right. So I'm using Ableton for that to see if the initial sound is on key. And then we have to put it into the MPC One and see if we can sample it. We're gonna load up an empty project. And we're gonna basically record all the sounds from the modular into the MPC One. The MPC One has a really great auto function, like an auto sampling function. So we're gonna go to that, select our input, go to the sampler, see if this is right. Monitor on. So that is our sound. So then we're gonna go into the auto function. We're gonna, this we don't need to do. We set a record from input 1, which is the modular. Let's say we're gonna start at C2 and we're gonna go to, yeah, just let's be crazy. Go to C5, C5. And then we're gonna use the note stride. A note stride is basically which notes are gonna get recorded. And I wanna do a bit more because, hey, it's the first one. So we're basically going to do every note, which might take a while. So now it's going to go through all the notes and record them into the MPC One. And why this is possible is because I've routed the modular into the MPC One both with MIDI and with audio. So it knows, basically they know how to talk to each other. We're going to use just one velocity layer. And we're going to name this, that's a good thing about this thing. This is like touchscreen. So we're going to name this modular synth 1. Do it. And then we're gonna go downwards, downward. You see here the estimated time is 144 seconds. For you guys, I'll skip through this. So let's do it. Now that we got it recorded into the MPC One, we can basically use it as a key group, so we can play notes with it. We could even go crazy and make some chords. So let's see. Well, I think this turned into quite a cool sound. In the next video, we're going to turn this into a KONTAKT library. Hopefully, because I haven't tried anything with KONTAKT to make my own library yet, but sure I can manage my way around into creating a cool library for you all. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you like what I do, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. You can also push a bell, hit a bell. And then I'll see you all on the next video. Take care, bye bye.